Hello, and welcome back to the Anime Club, talking about Katekyo, Hitman, Reborn, the Varia arc.
You're right, this does act as a speaker.
It does, she's so loud. I'm sorry. My cat just got fixed, and she is pathetic, but it's so sweet. It's the most affectionate she is, normally.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Katekyo, Hitman, Reborn. We officially started the Varia arc 6 episodes. Honey, baby, darling poo. Okay.
I think we've been told we need to pay attention to the child.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
maybe we'll restart this later.
T.H.E?
No, we'll just keep going. It just okay. Cat
You
panic.
okay?
Great.
Goodness, darling. So we officially started this arc 6 episodes ago. And we got a lot of, we got some of the introduction and behind the scenes, 6 episodes ago, and we kind of first met some of the Varia, Squallow, Superbi Squallow and stuff, and then got told about the Vongola rings, and that there were going to be ring battles. But we officially started this submission on episode 40, which was the start of the ring battles, right? So, basically, for the audience, if you haven't seen this and you feel like you're okay with spoilers, right? Yeah. The basic premise is that the Vongola rings determine who's going to be the next Dawn of the Vongola kind of mafia family, and they're split up into 2 sets, and one person has picked one set of people to succeed, and another person in an almost equal amount of power has picked another set. So they've each been given half of each of the rings, and then they have to fight their corresponding ring guardian, and the guardians are based on their flames, which we learned about last couple. Darling, don't do that. Which we learned about last time. So storm flames, all that shit. So so our first fight is the Sun Guardian fight between Luceria and Ryohei. And then we get Lambo versus Leviathan. And then there's Gokudera and Belphegor, and Yamamoto and Squallow. And we get the Mist Guardian fight. There's a cat.
And we get
Pretty kitty.
To Chrome, which
Yep,
is
Chrome Dokuro.
new character.
No, we met Chrome before.
Did we?
Didn't we?
we? No, we met Makaro, but not Chrome, I think.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Then again, you're the one that knows this series.
Yeah, for some reason I thought we'd met Chrome already, but I could be wrong.
As far as I remember, she just walks in the middle of the
okay, but she's Mukuro from the Kokuyo arc.
Yeah.
From season 1. And then there's the cloud battle of Hibari and Golamuska.
Don't ask cat.
Maybe put Cat back down?
We did put her down!
No, this whole cat down. Yeah,
Okay,
perfect.
alright. Somebody else is in charge of the fucking... Alright. So we get the Cloud Guardian, right? Golamuska and what's his face? Yeah. And then we finally meet Zanzus, who I'm so happy about because I love Zanzus. And then we get Gokudera's story.
Wait,
a
who's
little
Zanzus
bit.
again?
Don't you dare do this to me. You're kidding, right?
I don't remember which
The
one.
leader of the Varia!
Oh.
The fourth son!
Zanzus?
Zanzus Vongola! Xanxus Zanzus.
Your first mistake was expecting me to remember any names.
Oh, okay.
Zanzus Vongola.
That was
Fucking God.
Zaxxon or something like that.
It might have been in the Japanese.
Yeah.
I mean, the pronunciation was probably fucked. Darling.
This is one of those times where I wish our podcast was on camera.
God. This fucking cat. Oh, poor baby.
She's high on life right now, and probably catnip.
I did sprayed her yesterday.
Catnip lasts.
Yeah, alright. And so then we get a little Gokudera backstory and Lambo shit before we're gonna get into the official Sky battle, which we didn't get to see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So essentially, it's a tournament arc. For all intents and purposes, it's a tournament arc in which each of them has a specific person they have to fight.
Yeah.
So, how did we feel about this?
I kind of didn't care for the tournament arc setup.
Yeah, didn't really care about it. I did care about a lot about the Italian art part
God.
of it.
Ooh.
Peachy!
Oh my!
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh god.
Great.
This is like pure panic in my heart. She made a break for it. God. So how do we feel about the reveal about Golem Mosca?
Who?
The big giant golem robot that Ninth was hiding inside? Or Ninth was being forced into?
Now I know.
Yeah, and then you learn that, like, in reality, Ninth never actually gave the rings to the Varia. The Varia, took the rings by force and then forced him inside Golem Mosca in part of the coup. And then this is related to the coup from previously that Zanzas had been involved in, which we'll learn a little bit more about later.
Kind of wasn't that surprising right there, considering we kind of know a little bit about the Ninth's, personality. Yeah.
I mean, we've only met Ninth once. It was back in, episode 1.
Yeah, but, we've already seen, his personality a little bit, just through, other characters talking about him.
Not a lot of other characters talk about him a whole ton. Plus, Vorn, I feel like I distinctly remember last time we talked about Katekyo, you saying that you read ahead in the plot. I'm pretty sure I remember you saying that.
That was Fairy Tale.
Was it Fairy Tale?
That was Fairy Tale.
Could have sworn it was Katekyo.
That was Fairy Tale.
But no, we don't know much about Ninth yet because he's not really a character. I mean, we hear about him from a few characters, but not very often.
Yeah, the only thing we really see of him so far is just him being a battery.
Yeah. Yeah. But there is kind of the whole the saga happening in Italy also at the same time where Iemitsu, right, Tsuna's father is trying to get access to Ninth because he's been cut off from him, and he's like, well, why can't I interact with him? Maybe because he's been kidnapped by a group of evil people. Which I actually have strong opinions about calling the Varia evil because they have reasons for what they did, but,
So does every shonen villain.
Yeah.
Yeah, but these reasons are actually somewhat sensical. What? They are. You haven't seen all of them yet, so fuck off. I gotta be honest, I really like Squallow and Yamamoto's fight. The swordsman.
Okay.
Just heading that off at the pass right now. Mostly because I really like Yamamoto's the sword form, the Shigure Soen, and the idea that the final form, the ninth form, is created by the student himself, and therefore it's different every time, and that's the reason. Squallow's fought this before, but he's never fought the final ninth form of Yamamoto before, which is pretty fun.
Shark bait. Ooh ah ah.
I fucking Leviathan and Lambo was brutal.
I'm gonna be honest, that was probably the low point in this series.
That's because you don't like Lambo.
I thought conceptually it was entertaining, but I just didn't find the fight very, I don't know, engaging.
Well, yeah, because it's a kid, and you've only got the 10-year bazooka bit where they're actually fighting, as opposed to just kind of fucking around, and then Tsuna steps in because Levi is about to, absolutely fucking murk Lambo. Murder him. Fully.
And, on paper, I should be fully entertained by that.
But you knew he wasn't gonna die, so...
Yeah.
The fact that he's there for the 10-year bazooka. shows that he doesn't die here.
Well, they actually have a fascinating conversation about that prior.
They do, yeah.
And that like tickled my fate bone. I was like, fucking timeline discussions.
Yeah, which would be important if I was actually going to show you the next 180 episodes. Because they all involve timelines.
Oh, great.
Am I going to show them to you? Probably not.
Oh, what? Are we going to go into the goddamn past and the goddamn future?
How does this connect to the Trash Taste Dark timeline?
Oh, my.
Look, all I'm going to say is that the arc after this is called the Future Arc.
Oh, so we are going into the future.
It's not quite that simple.
It never is with time travel.
Exactly. Yeah. But we're not getting into that now and here and now, so that doesn't really matter all that much.
Time travel!
Yeah.
So do y'all feel any better about, like, any of the characters after this than you might have before? Because, I mean, we do get some character development, and there is a little bit... Katekyo is, like many shonen anime, they often have a lot of revelations happening mid-fight with, like, how characters think and how they work and what they're willing to do. So...
I think for a lot of our recurring cast, it's kind of hard for me to separate the fact that up until, like, this arc or the last couple arcs, this has largely been a comedy series. Mm-hmm. And not one I found particularly funny, but that's beside the point. So... trying to adjust to thinking of these characters more as, like, actual people and, like, actually, like, with actual arcs is a little bit rough for me. Mm-hmm. So I think that's why, like, I'll say it now, my, like, where I started enjoying the series more is around the Chrome arc. Or not the Chrome arc, the Chrome episode or two. Mm-hmm. I don't know, it was just hard for me to... really latch on to the existing characters very much.
Okay.
Yeah, they still kind of treat them as, like, very much joke characters a little bit right there.
Not necessarily.
Like, no, because you're starting.
I'll say this. The scene where Tsuna suddenly remembers that he's actually met Ninth before, even if though it was very brief, was actually, like... Yeah, that was a good scene.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Well, and you're starting to get these characters in... I think this is in a lot of ways, this is the turning point in the story where a lot of these characters realize that, fuck, this is the mafia, and we're going to have to do serious harm to people to defend ourselves and others, and...
I was going to say, I kind of need a chart of the people that know that this is actually real and the people that still think this is a dumb game.
This is very...
How many people know this is real and how many people think this is a sumo competition?
Lambo's a child, but he knows what the mafia is. Yamamoto knows. Gokudera knows. Ryohei... never very clear on him at this point. Like, that boy. Hibari knows. He has other connections to the mafia besides Tsuna, even though they've only recently been revealed. Like, he grew up in this sort of world. Tsuna knows, mostly because, he's being forced to live it, Mm-hmm. Who am I missing?
The girls definitely don't
Chrome
know.
Dokuro? Well, the girls on, like, the sidelines. They don't
I found that hilarious. I was like, I wonder what's going on. Oh, we'll have to trust him. I'm like, no! He's lying to you. You probably should know.
Yeah.
This is like some classic shonen sexism here.
It's like the fucking Mist from Percy Jackson. It's just like, this is not what you are seeing. Oh, okay.
Are we not allowed to let these people know so they can have actually interesting reactions to this?
Yeah.
No, because the mafia world is secret. Shh. And then there's Chrome Dokuro, who kind of isn't alive and kind of is and kind of isn't Chrome and kind of is. Which is a whole can of fucked up worms. Because Mukuro is still in prison.
Yep.
But he's the Cloud Guardian, but so is Chrome. But Chrome doesn't have half her internal organs.
It makes it kind of hard to function,
Yeah.
But that's what the Mist is for.
Mm-hmm.
He's literally using an illusion to trick her body into thinking that it's running.
I don't know if that's how medically it works. I'm pretty sure if your brain thinks you have an organ and you don't have that organ, you still kind of die.
Nope, it's working here. It's working.
This we might need to see some actual doctors looking at this.
Yeah.
It's working here for now. Don't question it.
This like alternative medicine shit's getting out of control.
Oh,
Yeah. So, with the exception of Ryohei, who is... with the exception of Ryohei, all of the fighting characters are aware.
Okay.
But at the same time, like, Tsuna, right, when he intervenes with Levy's fight with Lambo, right, like... I don't think this is one of those instances where you kind of look at the character like, was Tsuna really cognizant of the fact that, like, his decisions now affect the life and death of other people in a very, very immediate way? And, oh, look, the potential life and death of another character in a very immediate way. Do you save the kid or lose both rings, yours and his? I mean...
Yeah.
You know, I don't think he thought he'd have to be making those kind of decisions quite so early. And now he is, and that sucks for him.
I almost feel like this is quite the big mistake on a few different characters' parts, not Tsuna's. Really,
this poor
is going
kid.
to make this kid the next mafia boss, you probably should have raised him even younger, to know that.
Well, and there's... So I guess we haven't gotten into it, but there's reasoning behind that, in a way, which is part of why Zanzis is on a rampage, and kind of rightfully so, in my opinion, in some ways. But I guess I can't talk about that and spoil y'all for it, because we're going to see it eventually. So, Ninth should have been more involved than just sending him a tutor once he turned, 12 or 13? You know, and fucking Reborn at that. Reborn is not the most tactful tutor.
What? You don't know how to deal with the situation? Shoot you in the head.
It's a dying will bullet. Okay, but if you get to 10, you perma-die.
Genius plan.
Yeah.
Truly. I mean, it worked on Dino. We met Dino last... Yeah.
We still meet Dino.
Yeah, that's true.
He's not a major character right now.
Not so far, but I do like him. As like, you know, Reborn's other student, and kind of what you kind of want to picture Tsuna would be like in a few years once he's matured a little and grown into the role, you know. So that's pretty fun. I guess Waifu Wars is up next, because I suppose there's not much to talk about story-wise at this point. It's a fairly simplistic story.
Yeah.
It's a show. There is a little bit of intrigue with the whole Ninth and the Zanzis coups. So some kudos. There's a little bit going on behind the scenes politically in this whole mafia thing. It's not the most complex thing we've ever watched, but it's there.
I mean, so is real life sometimes. It's not that complex.
Yeah, it doesn't have to always be some masterful Sherlock Holmes and Moriarty bullshit.
I don't know, when I'm talking the mafia, I kind of think that the plot needs to be a little bit complex.
I don't know, man.
That's like a foundational aspect of mafia stories.
I don't know, man. I think we sometimes underestimate the fact that sometimes the mafia is just there to pay people off and do shit with cops in their pocket.
Yeah, that just seems like Mussolini to me.
Yeah, I think sometimes we underestimate the simplicity of how the mafia works in the short term.
Yeah, but like... fiction-wise.
True, yeah. Fictional. Well, anyways, Waifu Wars.
Yes. Yeah.
So, by the way, we actually forgot to do Waifu Wars for Mob Psycho, I think. I just thought I'd mention it. I was editing it recently. Yeah, I don't think we did it.
I think.
Did we?
I thought I picked Reagan.
Yeah,
Maybe I didn't notice it in editing. There was so much I had to cut out of those episodes.
I mean, guys just know it was probably Reagan across the board.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Anyways, so Waifu Wars for Katekyo Hitman Reborn, the start of the Varia arc.
Woo.
Waifu Wars! Waifu Wars! Waifu Wars! Vorn!
Nagi. The girl, a.k.a. Chrome.
Oh, okay. Chrome Dokuro.
You should have started on the action and answered immediately this time.
I didn't start with you because you always were like, why you pick me? Knick-knack.
The shark. Who do you think? Shark.
All right, well, my waifu is Zanzis. So hard to tell. You could never have known. You could never have known in advance. But my waifu is Zanzus.
She's only been mentioning that since the very first time we did this.
I do love Zanzus. Yeah. So I guess we're moving on.
Any other characters you guys want to like that stuck out to you?
The baby sniper is an absolute pervert.
Oh, Colonello.
Yes.
A little bit. He kind of, Lal Merch kind of mellows him out when they're together, but, you know.
Do you know what one of my favorite scenes was?
What?
The scene where Chrome kills a fucking baby.
Yeah. You gotta love the fucking mist battles.
Now, I think they directly state that baby's alive, but...
Yeah.
Who's that baby with a shotgun? We never really got much on him.
He's from one of the older arcs he did.
Colonello?
Yeah, didn't he get
with
introduced?
the big gun?
Yeah.
Shotgun. We saw him in Italy.
Yeah, Colonello. Blonde hair, camo?
I swear I remember us meeting him in, was it the Mafia Land episode or two?
Which would have to be... octopus and biker gear?
Yeah.
Purple biker gear.
He was wearing like red, like freaking goggles, wherever.
I might be wrong about him appearing in Mafia Land, by the way. I don't know why I remember Mafia Land.
He was in Italy with the team.
Also, it's just now coming back to me that there is an actual theme park in this world called Mafia Land.
Yeah, seems, yeah. Did you
Oh
find
shit,
the
put that away.
shotgun
Reborn
baby?
should not look that hot.
No. There's a reason I like Reborn. Fuck off.
Oh.
Red goggles on a baby. Vorn, come here.
Okay. See. Oh, yeah. See? Red goggles.
Oh, that's a girl.
Oh.
That's Lal Merch.
I didn't know.
Okay, so I was talking about, so Lal Merch and Colonello, Lal Merch works with Iemitsu, and then Colonello works on Mafia Land sometimes, and so does Skull. And then Mammon is the Viper, who's fought the Mist Battle. And then we did meet Fawn when he came to train Hibari, because he's his uncle. I don't think we've met Verde yet, and we've met Reborn.
Now put that away. Thank you. Go! Get it off the screen!
What is that? That vacuum? I think that's it for us, everybody.
I'm sorry, I'm just showing Nick Nack photos of adult Reborn. Who is insanely
Put that thing away.
attractive. It's okay, he's like 50. It's perfectly legal,
Look,
he's like 50.
I'm calling this an assault with a deadly weapon.
Yeah.
I mean, he is a deadly weapon. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll talk to you next time.